Yesterday, I had a death in the family, my cousin Twan. And the funny thing about death is death hits you different when you're facing your own obstacles. When you're dealing with your own sickness, death hits you a little bit different because then you start having these thoughts of like, what if that was me? Or what am I to expect that's that's happening with your life? And then right in that moment, I had to have a company meeting. Now, for those people who maybe this is the first video that they're watching or don't go through the whole video, but when I say that I'm having a company meeting, I'm talking about me, myself, and I. You see, sometimes I got to call a meeting. When some stuff is going on, I got to call a meeting. I say, hey, stop what you're doing. Let's go in the conference room and let's talk. And I had to do that yesterday. I had to, me, myself, and I. And I start asking myself, do you look like what you're praying for? Do you look like what you're expecting? You see, I'm expecting God to heal me, heal my body. And here's the problem. A lot of people, when they're dealing with something, they say that they're praying about it, but you don't look like what you're expecting. See, if you got sickness in the body, but that sickness is all you talk about, then your expectation doesn't match what you're praying for. You see, if I say that God is a healer and I'm expecting him to heal me, then I should start walking like it is already done. A lot of times it might not even be a sickness. You might be praying to God for that new job. So in preparation, you got to start walking like you're praying. You got to start walking like you're expecting. So what does that look like? Okay, you want that new job. So in your current position, you're showing up on time, you're being kind, you're doing your work right because you are expecting greater. So those two things have got to align because faith without works is just a fantasy. A lot of times we can say, well, I want to be a better person. I'm expecting to do better, but your actions don't align with what you're saying because you are expecting God to show up and show out for you and you want to be the best version of you. But here you are arguing on social media. You're asking God for peace and you say that you're expecting peace. But here you are allowing someone to say something about you and now you got to go check somebody. And a lot of times we use these, words like they about to bring out the old me. Well, how is that possible if you're walking in expectation? A lot of time people get this confused. They get the faking it until you make it. Right? Because if you're faking it till you make it, you're just lying. We like to fancy up words or whatever, but faking it till you make it is basically saying, I'm lying and hopefully I make it. But when you have expectation and that expectation is tied to faith, it ain't faking it till you make it. You're walking in your purpose. I remember when my current position now, and I'm so thankful to God because he has blessed me. But I remember when I had walked into the interview, my prayers leading up to that was, God, I feel like this is where you want me to be. So what did I start doing? I started researching the company. I started doing all of these things as if I was already within the company because I was expecting that this is where I'm supposed to be. So when I walked into the interview, it wasn't if I get the job. I was already in my mind thinking, okay, when I'm here, when am I going to take lunch? I already was walking in expectation because my faith matched my work. And that's the problem with so many people. We get discouraged in life because these things don't coincide. When you are dealing with a sickness, sometimes that sickness enters the room before you do. Somebody asks you, hey, how you doing? Oh man, this, that, and the other. So if that's how you really feel, then what are you praying God for healness for? Because you don't want to do the work. There's times when I go to these hospitals and, sometimes, like I said, I have these meetings. I'll sit in the car sometimes and I just be like, man, I'm so tired of going here. Then I stop myself and I say, but you know what, God, if I got to take this journey, there's something that I have to learn in this journey. And sometimes the learning is someone else can be watching you go through something and they're looking at you to see how you get through it. And that's why so many people, they hide their scars. And I said this before. So many people hide their scars because they want to show up as a picture of perfection. But sometimes those scars are what someone else needs to see. Someone needs to see that, hey man, this scar right here is from, when I went through such and such and such. This scar right here is when I went through such and such and such and such, right? Sometimes people need to see that because when a person sees, then they see how you are now, then they know that it's possible. Now, that's kind of an oxymoron because I just talked about faith and having faith in God, but I'm being realistic. It's hard for some people to have faith in something that they've never seen. So sometimes God will use you as a vehicle to get his message across. See, when I come on here, I'm an open book. When I'm going through some mess, I'm going to say it because I want you to see that, yes, I don't just come on here and act like my life is just picture perfect. I don't come on here and say that I don't have moments that I have a lack of faith. I would be lying to you if I said that. But what I try to do is show, even in those moments, I self correct. So when I say that I'm having a meeting, I'm having a company meeting, because like I said, I'm the CEO of me. So when I'm having a company meeting, I'm getting, hey, come on now, we got to work this thing out. Here's the problem. Here's my faith. Here's my expectation. If I have faith that I'm going to get through this, then I need to look like that. If God is going to heal me, I need to already walk as if I'm healed. If I'm praying for this blessing, I need to already walk like I'm in my purpose. See, a lot of people want to skip the work part. A lot of people are where they are, and I've said this before, a lot of people are where they are for what they have planted in the ground. You have sowed a seed of being a liar, and you are where you are because you can't plant something that don't grow. Some of you are where you are because you're feeling so alone, because you have planted the seeds of burning every bridge. So now you in this season of, I ain't got nobody, because you planted nothing but the burning bridges. And in life is really that simple when you think about it. So anyways, prayers out to the family, man. You know, losing someone is never easy. Never is. And that's why you have to always make sure that you thank God for another day. Because someone out there thought that they were going to wake up today and have a throwback Thursday, and they're no longer in the land of the living. So what you do with the time that you have is so important. Don't disrespect God. He had you on a wake-up call, and you do not maximize on the time. I hope y'all have a blessed day.